exciting battle between GGSPART4CUS v SNAIL414. Have been looking forward to this one for a very long time, since the groups were announced. Turn my voice down on that, glad to hear it coming through nicely though. And I'm just going to share the stream. The boys will be good to go. Somebody's already commented hello, and I'll be with you in chat very shortly. Just waiting for my messenger app to load. Send it to the stunt first, and I can copy and paste from there. Go. They are ticking the time down. They know I'm live. Copy and paste everywhere as quick as possible. Bros. Load. They are going in. Plummet is the first track. This is GGSPART4CUS versus SNAIL. At the moment, Randos is top of the group on 11 points, SNAIL on 10, and Spartacus in third with 7. SNAIL gets a win, that is Randos and SNAIL through. SNAIL on 13. Randos on 11, and Spartacus would only be able to reach 10 points if he wins the second. Should Spartacus manage a draw and a win, it will make things exceptionally tight in the group and put all 3 competitors on 11 points. That is Randos, Spartacus and SNAIL. In that scenario, I will have to run it by the guys, but we could see a 1v1 situation with a track choice each. SNAIL though getting good brake boost down, but early straight, but hello to Ninau, lazy as well. Randos fluid, I hope you are all very well. Spartacus has lost a little bit of time down that first straight, but back up to speed nicely. We do see SNAIL on the right side of the track, obviously chasing a few extra brake boosts. Spartacus back up to speed and is closing in after SNAIL's hit on the barrier, is about to pass on through. Switch to SNAIL. SNAIL chasing a little bit of the curb on the right side, if possible, just narrowing the amount of travel he has to do through the tunnel. We did hear that one again as Spam L2 entered the chat. Both going, oh, Spartacus goes with a really risky cut. He takes it very smooth and clean, and SNAIL gets a bit of a brick on landing from the double spin. Very unlucky SNAIL. Spartacus took that very risky cut and gets it nice and clean. And we've got Asan and Tyrese entering the chat around the same time. SNAIL rides the barrier again, correcting himself from a smash. We are going to head over to Spartacus as he has pulled out in front. Nice clean corner from Spartacus, very smooth. Spartacus with the blue neon on the back and the side. Very cleanly through the corners onto the curves again, nicely against the barrier, just brushing along it. The car straightened out nicely on the brakes, nicely through the corner. No chance of colliding with the gap in the barrier on the corner. Spartacus able to play it maybe a little bit safer. It doesn't need to be pushing or record pace, having this lead at the moment that is on the curbs. Chasing a couple of them, getting the last one. Very strong brake boost in there. And again, for anybody not quite sure about brake boosting, it is a slight tap of the brakes as you go over bumps in the track. Spartacus just feathering the throttle. Yep, Snail was unlucky there. He did have a nice lead at the beginning, and Spartacus was able to close in with the later barrier smash. But hello Rezkio, my man, I hope you're good as well. And yeah, it is a ghosty tunnel sort of noise, that you can see my microphone active. Sorry if you can hear me, guys. I forgot to go into a party. Might whisper through them bits. I don't think they can hear me in these bits now. Not 100% sure. The standard brakes, Hassan, L2. Yeah, just your standard brake, just L2 as you're going over the curbs. Is Azzy and Scarface did admit the other night that they'd spent about 2 months trying to brake boost with that brake. And they thought it was working here and there when the engine would give them a bit of a mid-drive boost. But yeah, it's just your standard L2 brakes for about up to half a second, just under half a second is what seems to be and give you the strongest boost. But again, is as you, yeah, like I say, about 0.5 seconds. Like around that, a bit more, a bit less, but you'll figure you should be able to get that pretty quick once you start to get it. And hello, my man Ventura. I hope you are very well, and again, I hope everybody else is too. Snail, as Rezkio did point out in the chat, did get slightly unfortunate, couple more mistakes after allowing Spartacus to come through, but that is a nice line through tube exits from both Spartacus down to the ground slightly early, but a tidier corner from Snail does allow him to pull into the lead. Spartacus takes the corner very nice and controls the throttle. Snail nice and aggressive across the curb, getting very, very close to the edge of the track. Will have to play that a little safer maybe. Beautiful boost from Snail, blasting past in the middle part of the tube. And Spartacus though, again on the thick boost line, caught the line. We do see the guys heading through the corner. Brake boost from Snail. Again, just as the left tyres drift across the curb, that tap of the brake. Oh, and Snail hung up on the barrier ever so slightly, flicking him into the ramps. Good brake boost, getting him back up to speed before the tube. Very nice, but very unlucky again. Hopefully Snail will be able to shake it all off. Put in a couple of laps so he can go into the next race in a better frame of mind and hopefully be able to capitalise on potential mistakes that Spartacus will make. We will see the rest of this lap out with Snail, and then Spartacus has gone heavy into the blue wall, and that has allowed Snail ahead. We are now going to swap to Spartacus with him being in second place for now. Let's see what they do. Now I may just flick offline after this race just to stop the invite and getting that black screen to come away. And I'll double check all the comments after this, because I do want to focus in on the action. I'm not ignoring anybody, and I'll be with you at the end of the race. Nice across the curves, almost like Spartacus is mirroring SNAIL's driving style on the earlier portion, and we see Spartacus getting thick boost against SNAIL with thicker boost on the mid portion. Spartacus didn't manage to catch the boost at the very end of the tube that time. Good clean line through the corner from both. Spartacus getting a little bit extra speed through the final portion of the exit. Very nice on the throttle control from both boys. SNAIL plays it a little safer with the barrier this time, making sure there's a good little bit of distance between them, between him and the barrier. No chance of getting hung up on the ramp again, and able to hold better distance to Spartacus heading through the tube. Good entry into the tube from both, very cleanly done. Spartacus has managed to pull away slightly, but a brick through the transition tube on the blue platform has allowed SNAIL to take the lead and pull off. Now again, we see different drivers taking different approaches here, but with it being so important to both the qualification, it may not have some of the same levels of sportsmanship we have seen earlier in the competition, but it's just that little grey area. There's no bad side to it for me. It just has that slightly higher moral side with the waiting on the bricks. But again, this is Maze Bank, and we all know the potential to brick is huge. Hello, Fox Track. Just able to catch that message as I look down. SNAIL taking it in his stride at the moment. Spartacus does appear to be gaining after the mistake, cranking up speed, going with a good entry through the tube. That aggressive line, just chasing the nice boost line, just putting up above the metal dividing line in the middle of the tube. You see SNAIL swinging around the corner ahead, just off the red wall. Spartacus 2 comes round nice and clean. Put that on play just so it doesn't cut anything off. So I do keep my chat open. Spartacus hits the barrier, and I do believe that may take things back to 1-1. Now, I did hear a little bit of chatting. I do believe that I can hear them from time to time, but they can't hear me. Again, I might very quickly just create a party so I don't distract them should they be able to. But again, I don't want that blue screen up on YouTube too long, and we are, let's see, the best lap so far, 1:53.102, and SNAIL with a few mistakes from Spartacus, 56, and not sure to see an improvement there now as they cross the line very quickly. Show offline. That will stop invites, and I'm going to very quickly open my own party. Again, it's just in case it is a little bit of a distraction to them. So that's us all back. Personally, I don't really brake boost when turning, but I have seen people getting the brake boost as they go over the apex of curves with the back left tyre. Clipping the apex, they get a brake boost off that, like people like Jacob, and I've seen Spartacus do it in the last 1v1. But over curbs, it is just as the left, I'll start with like on the right side of the track, as your left wheels go over the curbs, just as the wheel touches, I find that's when I apply the brakes and then let go as it goes over the crest of the curb, and it just gives you that little spin of the tyres, and if you get it perfect, you get the tyre mark come out from behind the tyre. And then on the right side, for me, it just appears to be a little bit later. That's the right tyres on the left side of the track. But you just do it a little bit later, and that makes it more consistent for me anyway. And hello again, Foxtrack, nice to see you come by. I do hope everybody's very well. And Spartacus off the boost, bricks early, and Snail does take the lead. We are going to go over to Snail, with Snail having a bit more of a lead at the moment, and let Spartacus settle into his drive, applying a little bit with things all being level at thick after pressure to Snail, and let some of the French guys, yeah, if you get it right and you get the time right, you definitely feel the speed increase, certainly if you get 2 in a row. But if you don't get them consistently enough, you'll lose the boost effect to the lost one, if that makes any sense. And we see Snail punting the ball off to the left side of the track, maybe just over the barrier. Spartacus, I believe, entering the tube just now as Snail hits the mid portion, heading up the incline and looking for a clean exit. It's nice. It's very nice. That looks like a good first lap from Snail. Spartacus just coming round the corner at the top of the hill. We'll spend a little bit of time with Snail, the 154.367. We'll probably see this lap through with Snail and then see how land lies. Oh, Snail taking big risks, landing perfectly flat on the boost and handles it smooth as butter. It looks like Spartacus has made it cleanly through as well. Gilded Go again, calling himself a noob in chat. No, SMA, if you're a noob, what the hell am I really? Like, without brake boosting, you're carrying twice the speed I do. But Snail with a crisp, clean exit down onto the left side of the track. Curves, chasing it heavy, clipping just the right tyres over that right side of the track. Chasing a thin amount of brake, curb boosting, and it's clean through this section too. Spartacus swinging round the corner onto the straight behind Snail. Snail does have a decent lead at this time. Spartacus has maybe shortened the gap ever so slightly, entering the tube ever so slightly earlier, but it's another crisp, clean exit from Snail. And there was just over 6 seconds between the two at the start of the lap. Here actually Spartacus might have fallen ever slightly further behind, 150.134 from Snail. The 149.442 from Spartacus as he comes flying across the line. And lands on the boost, this time nice and clean. Just the front of the car, ever so slightly clipping. But we are going to have to see Snail make a mistake. But I did say I thought that Spartacus had maybe fallen slightly behind. I was obviously a little bit wrong in that, closing the gap down to around the 5-second mark. Hey Joker, my man, I hope you're well, dude. Oh, Spartacus really close to the edge, getting tight to the edge of the orange there, pushing wide through the loop and across the gap. A little tiny lifting of the nose. That was probably a little bit of the lag on our end from a spectating perspective. That's very nice to hear. And I think for someone slowly trying to get back into it, you did take a nice victory in the afternoon playlist from my man Ventura. He was hoping to be able to Spartacus solo, just clipped the very corner of the track, but the car spins around 180 and lands on the track still. It was so close to being perfect, just the very front Spartacus car clipping in. We do see Snail with no improvement there, 50.134, and Spartacus with that crash. Wasn't likely to improve. Best lap though, 149.442. The consistency from Snail with the 536.260 across the 3 laps. The 150.134. Very, very clean. Very nice. Oh, and I know it's not quite your full potential yet, Hassan. I can't wait to see it. There's a reason why the guys in my party call you the gilded goat or the goated one. I've come up with the gilded goat to stream, but yeah, they were calling you the goated Hassan. But yeah, you and Ventura had a fantastic battle earlier, and nicely done as well, Joker, getting his PB on downtown loop down to a 140.700. Very, very nice. We are going to be heading into the final track, which I believe to be Green Machine. Spartacus is very strong around here and will, I'm guessing, be looking forward to this. He is, I believe, I'm not thinking gauntlet there, but again, I do know Spartacus is good and strong around here, having seen him race. Yeah, with Spartacus off the start, I think that was a missed mid-drive boost from Snail, and that did allow Spartacus to take the lead a little wider through the initial part of the corner, but gets narrow to curves earlier and allows him to hold that strongly. That was a missed brake boost there, but early onto the boost line did allow him to close the gap to Spartacus there slightly, and a good, I call it the Green Machine spinner section there is like the spinner part on spinner. Nice low line and get good boost down the last part of the hill there, and the Spartacus has been able to extend ever so slightly. Late on the brakes by both, nice tidy corners. Snail clipping the apexes very nicely, but Spartacus is matching it and slightly bettering it. Ever so slightly pulling away again. Hey, my man, the God enters chat. That's Alex there. Score is 2-1 to Snail at the moment, but Spartacus is holding the lead on Green Machine in the first lap. Just heading through the final 3 loops. Spartacus again appears to have extended, maybe even adding an extra third to his lead, but Snail with a nice corner there did shorten the gap back a little bit, but Spartacus about to land as Snail clips the apex of his jump. nice landing, little tiny wheelie as he accelerates away. The snail hung up on the tube. With that, we are going to take a chance to have a little look at Spartacus for around that lap and a half mark. And we'll swap back as he heads through the final tube, the final jump sort of thing, when he knows it's maybe clean. Back to snail. Should the distance be around it, it all tightens up. We'll obviously swap back to snail with any mistakes on Spartacus to see how snail pulling back. Very clean, crisp line, no bricking by Spartacus, just that scraping through the sharp spinner and clean into the tube. Just a couple of sparks on the entry. And through into the track, through this little smooth S into the sharper corners. And then this barrier, snaky section of the track, nice and clean. No chance of hitting the barriers there from Spartacus. Very nice and clean through the first loop. Snail, I believe, just coming up to entering the first loop, heading through it. Very clean lines from Spartacus, gathering momentum nicely. And it's exceptionally clean again. No chance of hitting the barrier. Swings around onto the boost, gets car up to maximum speed for the jump, extending it out as much as he can, getting good distance. Click off the curb, goes into the final jump on this lap. Still one more to come. Let's try and catch a glimpse of snail a little bit too far back at the moment. Put the hood away for just a little while. Just allow Spartacus to extend through first few couple of tubes and then nice clean application of the power. Maybe I should keep the map up so we can keep somewhat of an idea. 228.514 from Spartacus to the 228.971. Really not much between two test laps, 0.4 of a second. Spartacus was able to ever so slightly extend the lead. Very nice and clean through. Again, getting really tight to the edge of the track. Again, pushing the boundaries, getting wide and back in all the curbs. Very tight, getting the V8 up to full pelt as quick as we can, hitting the boost through into the loops. We do see Snail straightening up for the jump. I do believe I'm going to take this opportunity to swap back to Snail, taking just a little bit longer than I would like, but we do see Snail coming through the loop. First three, we just saw Spartacus ahead, exiting the second. Again, we might just catch that, or maybe a slightly shorter loop. Spartacus is heading through the final two corners, already through the right. Snail goes wide onto the bank path, catches the checkpoint nicely as he enters through the half tube, through the final two corners. Clear up the jump. It looks like an aggressive line from Snail there. Extends it, points the nose down to get down early. Very nice and clean. That was a lovely line we just saw from Snail. Snail, very tight, getting the wheels kissing down perfectly, just a little ripple from the car as the wheels kissed over the top of the green track, but Spartacus is just about to cross the line. If he has any major dilemmas at the bottom, that is Spartacus having tied it all up. Didn't manage to improve on his best time there of the 5:14. Two exceptional lap times, 2:28 from the boys to 28.971 to 28.514 with the 7:30.683 total time from Spartacus. Very, very nice. Now, I do believe they will be doing both players back to back. Spartacus has hit the restart button. With him being host, it should carry on through nicely. But that was a fantastic first playlist from both. Really not too many mistakes from either driver, and it is all tied up. That draw. So that does put Snail and Randos tied on 11 points each, and Spartacus moves up to 8 points. If Snail wins, he goes clear at the top of the group on 14. Randos on 11 in second. Spartacus on 8. Spartacus wins. It puts all three drivers up on to 11 points, and it will be exceptionally tight. Well, it is tight, and it could get even more so. And hello, Dennis, I hope you are very well. Hey, Asan, will definitely make sure you get a little shout when this is being organised in the future, or future 1v1s. And throwing the shade on Joker, saying he'll do a clean sweep. Joker, a bit more hot lapping. Oh, somebody's joined. Who has joined the playlist? Who is this? Thank you. Cheeky sausage. This is a 1v1. Suvarab. And it's put Snail in third place because of this. Now, I hope that was Snail's friend, so we can't have had any dirty tactics. The character did look a bit like officials, but it was a guy called Suvarab. Like souvenir, but Suvarab. And Spartacus getting a very strong brake boost down the right side of the track, has pulled a good lead on top of Snail, having started in third. That Suvarab was very dirty, and as I say, I do hope you were Snail's friend rather than Spartacus's, so we can't have any claims of dirty tactics on Spartacus's part. Spartacus, though, already entering the tunnel, and we are going to swap over. But nice clean landing from Spartacus, clean across the curbs, chasing the curbs and the boost, and we see Spartacus line up. Nice clean skip, just clipping two right wheels ever so slightly over that part of the ramp. hear them high revs on the landing from Spartacus' car. And it does look like he's had a nice clean run so far, chasing the curb on the apex. Again, a barrier. Across the curb. Did we see the flash of the brakes? I don't think we did. Dab of the brakes as he goes through the corner with a lot of speed, gets himself nicely lined up. Snail has fallen a long way behind. It does look like Spartacus is going to take Plummet on this run. Nice application again of the brakes, getting him nice through the corner. Carrying the speed exceptionally well. Spartacus again through the final two corners. We do see Snail's dot on the map now. As we see Spartacus shooting down the final straight. Doesn't go brake boost on side path, doesn't really need to chase it too aggressively, having a strong lead, and we are here going to swap on to Snail. Does look like Spartacus has hold up at the line, making sure Snail's got time to finish, not wanting DNF a respected opponent. Nice and clean through the final two corners. Snail cranking up the pace really nicely. Spartacus will be nice and good off the line, I believe, at this point. Snail is closing in. He's on the final portion. That is Spartacus across the line in first. And Snail coming across too. Now, I again would like to say I hope everybody is doing very well and enjoying this 1v1 between GGSPART4CUS and Snail. Now, I don't believe Spartacus yet has an active YouTube channel. I think I did ask him to let me know once it was set up and going. But I know Snail does, and it is that Snail, aka JJ, that you have seen in my chat from time to time. So do head over and check out Snail's content. And yeah, it really frustrates me when it doesn't actually save my PBs and stuff, but that's why we take screenshots, isn't it? I guess it helps us improve our memory slightly. How long have I been in this racing community? I've been in pros. I can have a look on my cruise quickly and tell you when I joined. It was, it doesn't actually show the date, but I have been in pros for just under 2 months, I think, and then part of the full community about 2 weeks after that, when Kino added me into the Stunt Racing chat, when I first did the commentary with Jack, 3 weeks after I joined, so maybe a bit longer than that. Now with a big slide out of the tube exit, but really I've not been around too long at all. 3 months at the very most I've been in pros. Through lockdown, that's about it. But we are going to get rid of the HUD for now. We do see Spartacus with a clean exit ahead. Now very high, good on the brakes though, and round the corner nice and clean. Spartacus able to extend lightly, but now with good brake boosting for the corner. I think I added you just through the Stunt Racing chat after I joined the GOAT playlist that you were in. Because we had raced together a couple of times. I'd seen you on track. Like, I don't add people in just from the chat unless I've actually raced with them or something like that. And then I added all the people in the Champions League chat because I was commentating on them. So that was how I added mob in. But yeah, I think I was in a GOAT playlist with you and added you. And we do see Snail very cleanly through this section of the track. Spartacus with, let's have a look at the time, a 1:53.448, almost 2.5 second lead. Scary, FM. But then quite exciting. And we see Snail clicking the boost nicely, but Spartacus maintaining the lead, landing inside the checkpoint and doing a little barrier ride at the end of this tube series, and through the final corners we will swap on Spartacus nice and clean through that section, now letting off before and then accelerating back up to speed into the pass, overpass. Very nice line from Snail. Nice line, no bricking from Snail. But you can see Spartacus just entered the corner ahead and does have a really strong lead ahead. He is going to take a mistake from Spartacus at this point for Snail to be able to catch or to be down at the one. Oh, really, you see the 1:50.142 from Spartacus, and I don't think there was no improvement. And then the lead from Snail with 1:55.923. Spartacus playing slightly safe with the edge of the track there, just nice and clean with the right tyres across the curb. Keeps it very, very clean. Gets the car levelled out nicely to reduce any chance of drifting. Small adjustment through the air, making sure it was clean landing, lining up for an overpass. The bash off it a bit. Barrier not being Spartacus' friend there, just taking his time to line up with the tube nicely, knowing that his lead should be able to see him through. And we do see Snail's had a spin a little further back, which I saw on the blip. It was at the overpass section. I do believe Snail coming through the tube, nicely held slide by Spartacus. Very clean, very nice, very tidy through that section of the track by Spartacus, and it could be a nice lap. .1:50.142 from Spartacus, a very, very nice lap. Now, just 10 seconds behind on completion. Yeah, I've heard of Shocky Dog, and he's kicked me a couple of times. Snail wasn't able to improve on that first lap. You see the 5:44.246 from Spartacus with the 150.1. Now, Spartacus has got 2-0 lead and is looking to push on through. As a third race, not allowing Snail too much time to settle his nerves as they head in to Pier race. Guys on the line, nice and clean. And just grabbing screenshots. I do plan on trying to use that functionality to see Spartacus pulling ever so slightly ahead, getting a good boost off the curb, maybe implying using a little bit of the short shifting tactic while in the lower gears. With that smooth line through that section was able to carry more speed over the jump. Spartacus with an aggressive line going for the curbs. Snail again catching a little bit more curb, does take a slight lead into the tube. Spartacus swinging a little higher than Snail. Snail has pulled ever so slightly ahead. It's been a good clean exit from both. Maybe ever so slightly lower from Snail, and Spartacus lost just a touch of time through the loop as well. Clean loop skip. Snail pushing very hard. Nice and clean. Snail chasing the aggressive curves. We know he's good on the boost. Brake boosting down there, but Spartacus clawed him in slightly, and I did hear a squeal of tyres through the tube there. If that suggests a brake boost in the tube from one of the two, Spartacus with a very clean low exit undertaking. And very clean. Very nicely done. Spartacus lag showing a little brick, but it looked nice and clean. Didn't lose any time. Now playing safe with the booster, not wanting to get caught up in it and lose a significant portion of time trying to stay tight to Spartacus, either force a mistake or capitalise on an unforced error. Clipping the apexes off the curbs nicely. Spartacus takes a good smooth ride ahead into the tube, but the brick on the tube wall has allowed the Snail into the lead. We are going to stay with Snail through at least the completion of the loop skip here, and we'll see how far Spartacus is behind. Pulled the map up, Spartacus lining up for the loop, going through it, and Snail ahead through this corner. We are, for now, just through the end of this lap, going to stick with Snail. Spartacus will be pushing hard. Snail pushing hard down the curbs, not going for the risky brake boost, not wanting to get hung up in the barrier or lose time to miss. Spartacus is around the same distance behind we saw in the last race. Snail with a lovely clean exit this time. That's going to make it very tricky for Spartacus to catch up on this lap. We saw the 150.2 154.246 to the 155.082 on the first lap, and Snail brings his down to a 151.046. There is no improvement there from Spartacus, meaning Snail has up to a 3-4 second lead. They're already through the boost ahead. Spartacus plays it slightly risky, just letting the wheels touch down just before the boost. But the car doesn't brick. It is a nice clean line. Snail still holding the lead, but I do believe Spartacus may be catching up ever so slightly. We heard the engine revs go really high as he clipped over the curves there. A very smooth line from Spartacus through the tube. You see Snail down on the track ahead. You can see that he went ever so slightly right, or it looked like it where we were. Oh, what's happened to my camera there? Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Really nice and clean through the corners. Again, Spartacus with a lot of work to do. We do see Snail entering the tube there, and we see Spartacus has closed up quite a lot of time. But is it going to be enough? Is he going to be able to push hard and get a really crisp low exit? High, safe one from Snail. It doesn't look like it is. Snail is going to be able to play it slightly cleaner. And Spartacus knows that race is gone and does flick over. I'd accidentally touched the touchpad. Spartacus just letting the car come across the line. We do see that Snail with the best lap, 151.046. Again, getting really close to that 36 he got last time with 37. Now brings it back to 2-1. Still though in Spartacus' favour. Yeah, his shocky dog's kicked me quite a few times. At least 2 or 3. Here we go, into the final race. This is Green Machine. We did see Spartacus take quite a strong win in the last showing of it. But he is needing the win to have any chance of progressing through to the final knockout round. Both measuring control hard, both going for the big drive boost. Snail definitely got it. Spartacus maybe missed some of it, but didn't lose too much forward. Good brake boosting from Snail does allow him to extend the lead slightly. Spartacus though chasing the boost hard, matches Snail's line. Aggressive across the curbs. Snail again able to match a little bit, holding the lead again. Got a bit more curbs over the last part. Was able to slightly extend again. As we'll see as they get up to full speed, but may close the gap slightly through this section. On nice and clean through the of the track. It's looking good and clean. Spartacus holding pace, having only lost a touch. Snail through the looping section. Snail falls away ever so slightly more, but Spartacus closes up ever so slightly. I do believe shortens the gap a little tiny bit through that section, carrying more speed through the corners. We see Snail landing just as Spartacus starts his downward descent over the jumps. We see Snail ahead, clearing it nicely, and Spartacus too. Smoked off the tyres as they grab their traction. Really cleanly through, but Spartacus bricks in the tube line there. Spartacus now with a lot of work to do, and hoping for a mistake from Snail. I am going to head over to Snail and apply some of that thick YouTube pressure onto him. It was so close, and it did look like Spartacus was maybe beginning to claw it in at the mistake. That's all we want. Nice and far away from the car. We are going to put the hood away. And Ventura with an oof, a big oof, and that may, unfortunately, cost him his place in the knockouts. Snail is able to bring it back to level. It would see Snail go on to 12 points, taking top spot. Round off in second on 11, Spartacus on 8. Do you see the boost being caught nicely, the spark off the car on. Really clean again. With quite an aggressive line on the jump up again, drifting to the right, but carries the speed very nicely. Just drifting to the right for the final jump up on the second lap. Two back wheels touching down, just slightly heavy. Good little mini brake boost there. We did see the tyre mark coming out the back and through this section. Yeah, Ventura was telling me earlier that he has a 28.7, I believe it was. Joker. So you should go check that out. It puts me to shame in the dominant car. And hopefully one day he will find a little bit of time to return to a little bit of competitive something down the line, potentially giving me a chance to commentate upon him. So with that nice line, exiting at the midpoint of 2. Just confirming that as well, and maybe the yes box as well to potential commentary of Viper. We are through that section. Just check the comments. Well, clearly the jump nice and clean, no issues there. think I've really missed anything yet. No, I'm not sure he will. He's getting quite a lot of attention at the moment, deservedly so, putting in the hard work. Nice and clean through the final two corners, heading in to the jump up, going a little bit more aggressive than last time, going high. Nicely done from Snail, taking a good high approach up, the perfect angle, the back two wheels meeting as the trap curves up, and a safe line, the back right wheel just clipping. Through the final tube. We are gonna flick back to Spartacus. I believe he is going to have too much ground to make up. Snail has looked good and clean. Spartacus still with the final jump to go. It looks good and clean. Playing it a little safe, hitting the brakes. I think maybe realise the situation. Maybe doesn't. I can't swap. The hood is ticking down, and Snail did cross the line, DNFing Spartacus in the final race, taking a draw in races. Maybe pushing, trying for a good lap time, but 2:29.729 is no big improvement. But there you can see with the 2:41.827 mistakes from Spartacus. A little bit too great on that run. Snail does progress. Takes 12 points through the group stage. Randos behind on 11. Spartacus in third place on 8 points. Was an incredible battle between the two. Snail does manage to do enough. Spartacus has, as we did see in Bricken's Tube, peer race is something we have been leaving down to the drivers. I will respond to Spartacus and say on the second YouTube. At the moment, I'm just going to put this in the chat as well. I have just mentioned Spartacus the way it does normally play out. Now it's saying in the other chat that it doesn't deserve to win the last two races, and I will have a chat between the two. There we go. Spartacus has put it in the group chat. And again, sorry, I'm just covering this between the two. You did catch the brick on the stream into the tube. So it is down to U2. One, two, three, four. So let me come back to my comments and have a little chat and answer the questions there. Now we did see, yeah, no problem, you let me know, Joker Man, and we'll try and make it happen as spaces. Yeah, we should do evening. Dennis, we should get the 1-0. Yeah, we are just waiting for a response from guys. They are talking about it. I have no input really in it myself because it is between the drivers and how they handle things. I know some drivers wait on bricks, others don't, because they can be on the receiving end of them themselves. Now it's saying that he does not agree, so not 1, 2. Wait, and like I say, I don't judge either way. What's this? So Snail, I believe, saying he does not agree to run the race again, wanting to take his place in the knockout rounds. And like I say, I have no way of deciding that or judging it with there being no rule in place. It is just a bit of moral choice between certain drivers here and there. And yeah, Joker, I know, up to another 20 subs having joined the channel since hitting the 100 mark just on Friday or Thursday, I believe it was. So cranking through it as well and doing nice and steady work. I do believe that will be bringing the stream to an end. It does end on a slightly grey area. And I do, like I say, again, put my hands up to Spartacus. We did see the brick. We have seen some drivers. Why is my character walking in there when I was spectator? But okay. Yeah, Spartacus getting very unlucky to the bricks and would likely have taken the win. Snail did say he felt he didn't deserve the wins, but having taken them, has claimed his place in the tournament finals. And my condolences and apologies do go out to Spartacus. That unfortunately is the way it goes sometimes. I hope to see you all in the next stream, and I'll see you all very soon. Goodbye!